So there was a father and a son traveling in a car. Unfortunately, they get into a car accident.
Rushed to the hospital, but on the way to the hospital, the man dies.
So then they rushed the boy into the surgery to see if they could save him.
So the surgeon takes one look at him and says, I can't operate on this boy, he's my son.
Who is the surgeon?
I've heard this before, but I don't remember the answer.
The boy?
Other father?
The surgeon could actually be the father.
This is probably the hardest riddle I've ever had before.
Our hair grows naturally in a certain way, and we shouldn't, as a default, have to chemically change that or hide it or manipulate it in a way to make other people feel comfortable.
So tell us a little bit about Esther. What does she do?
So I'm a senior scientist, antibody engineer at a pharmaceutical company, GlaxoSmithKline. And there, essentially my role is to identify and try to remove any potential risks in antibodies to make them more what we call developable as potential therapeutics later down the line.
And we know that through the years we've had lots of inspiring women doing great things in science. So for you, what motivated you? You know, did you just find I'm good at science, or did you actually find people telling you, Esther, are you sure you can do this, Esther? You know, maybe you might want to take a simpler, easier route, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I was actually very lucky. My parents, I think they're the classic Nigerian parents where it was like, you be a doctor, you be a lawyer, you be an engineer. Those are the three options available to you. I think for me and my siblings, they always kind of pushed us academically anyway. So for that, it was fine. In terms of my teachers, I think they saw that in terms of, science subjects and maths and so on. So for me, I was lucky enough to have people who were in my corner who were kind of pushing me to be the best that I can in those scientific subjects. So I was definitely very lucky in that respect.
What does it mean to you to bring your authentic self to the workplace, you as a black woman?
I think for me, being in an environment where I can joke the way I want to joke, look the way I want to look, act the way I want to act and feel comfortable doing that, I think for me that's really what I view as being able to bring my authentic self into the workplace. I think for me, I've been lucky enough in most respects to be in a place where I can just be me and do what I want to do and not feel the pressure to be someone else and conform to what other people want.
I feel, we are moving to a point now where employers are beginning to realize that it's kind of like an unfair standard to expect black women to change the natural texture of their hair. But I think a lot of work still needs to be done. So what would senior scientist Esther say to people like that, or to employers like that, or organizations like that, or even school?
I think for me, what I would say is that the way someone wears their hair has absolutely no bearing on them being able to perform well in their job, perform well at school. Our hair grows naturally in a certain way, and we shouldn't, as a default, have to chemically change that or hide it or manipulate it in a way to make other people feel comfortable.
What would you then say to young girls who probably want to work in any area in STEM, but maybe feel anxious about one fact that they're female, they're black, and being a black female, the idea of hair comes in as well as being, are they going to accept me? Are they going to give me a hard time? Are you going to feel free to go to the workplace? And are you going to feel like you belong?
Young black women who are entering or have entered into STEM, they really need to find their community. It can be in the institution, but if not, then they need to find it elsewhere. And there's a huge community online, different groups that are willing to provide that sense of belonging to young women, young girls who want to pursue STEM.
For a young person who finds themselves as the only black girl, maybe in their workplace or maybe at the university, maybe in the engineering class, for example, and they find that they're the only black girl there, what advice will you say to them to keep them, motivated, to help with their self-esteem or their mental health in general?
Just to kind of keep them motivated, just know that there are diverse people out there, and things are changing. Things are better than what they were how many years ago, but we still have a long way to go. And so I think it's just important for them to know that they are in a better position than their ancestors.
Thank you very much, Esther.
Thank you.
The mother.
You're too clever.
That was very simple. I don't understand how I didn't get that.
That's his mom.
Yeah.
You got me, okay.